Alexander will jump center for Tennessee against Jeremiah Tillman. Tip controlled by Admiral Schofield and the Volunteers.
Missouri, a physical man-to-man defensive squad, but they're up against what I think is the best half-court screening team tonight, working off of curls, working off of pin downs and reverse action.
Admiral Schofield gets things started. Tennessee starts out a man-to-man. Xavier Pinson controlling the ball for Missouri. Jordan, guys, keep an eye on that right ankle of his. He twisted it during practice today. He's been a little tender on it. He is their top scorer. First three of the game. That one drops, and a big shot for Javon Pickett.
Well, a good read by Tillman, huh? He doubled up and threw it right back out to the ball side of the floor for a three.
Williams, he'll fire with three, too strong. Pinson goes up for the rebound.
If Missouri can get Tillman going in this game offensively, it opens those three-point shots up for Missouri. Tennessee with immediate respect to double team him on that first touch.
Coaching staff said during the shoot-around how much better Tillman has become at passing off that double team. There's a walk as Pickett ran right into his own teammate.
Ravi, when this big cat stays on the floor, talking about Tillman, they're much more difficult to beat. He's a 14, 15-point guy, 7 or 8 rebound guy.
Yeah.
And very patient now, passing out of that post, where earlier he was turning that thing over about once out of every 3 times on a post touch.
And when he wasn't turning it over, he was on the bench in foul trouble.
Yes,
You're right.
yes.
He's gotten a lot better at staying on the floor.
Guys, one of the reasons why Jeremiah Tillman said he struggled so much with foul trouble, and specifically against Tennessee the last time he played him, was because he got so frustrated with trash talk. He said it affected him. He let it get to him early, even in the pregame warm-up, and he could never get out of his own way with that. So he was hoping to really put in the earplugs, so to speak, tonight, and really make sure he can stay out on the court for his team.
So one of the themes of the night already is blocking out noise. Whether you're Tillman, Tennessee, we all have to block the noise out.
You and I, as we walk in the building, people hollering harsh things at us. Jordan Bone talking about those selfies walking across campus, very similar to walking through downtown Knoxville with Laura Rutledge and getting stopped about every block.
Basket and a foul for Admiral, I should say for Grant Williams.
The ball is going inside for the Tennessee Volunteers, and they get it there about every facet of the game you can imagine. And Grant Williams so good on that left block, and he can go either shoulder, but you get on the high side of him, it is over.
Tough matchup for Kevin Puryear. And remember the first meeting, one of the largest deficits of the season that Tennessee faced. They trailed 9 to Missouri, and Williams in that game was 1 of 8 from the floor. Puryear did a terrific job on him defensively. Pickett soft off the window, but no good. And Alexander rips it down.
Missouri empties that weak side and throws it back for a drive. Tennessee on the help defense to force the jump, the runner.
Fade away, tough shot, comes up short. Alexander on the offensive glass, battles, and he'll get a 3 attempt. Nope, Turner says nope. Nearly threw it away. Schofield has it rattled in and out. How about the job Pinson did to block out Schofield?
Yeah, absolutely. Look at Puryear run the floor. I know he has struggled.
Great pass from Geist, too.
Because Puryear, Ravi, has struggled the last 3 or 4 games, that should be a red light to Tennessee, because you know he's really dialed in to try to get himself going in this ballgame. Well, the ball is not popping at all. It's not moving at all with speed on this possession.
Monte Turner inserted into the starting lineup a couple of games ago. He's been terrific from the outside. There's a bad pass right in between Schofield and Bone, and we're going to get a substitution. As you take a look at Conzo Martin, who of course coached here from 2011 to 2014. Really nice of the Tennessee folks to put a thank you to Conzo up there. during the shoot-around today. He kept looking up at the rafters, and I asked him after, what are you looking up at? And he said, well, I'm looking up at that sign up there that says Sweet 16 in 2014.
Yeah, that's him.
And that was him. Three ball misses. Pinson was there for the offensive rebound. Watson wears 0. He's into the game. Also into the game for Missouri, Mitchell Smith. Tillman into the lane. Jump hook. Can't get it to go. Look who's there for the offensive rebound. Xavier Pinson.
I bet Admiral Schofield will be checking out at the next dead ball because he was the guy that did not box off and give any resistance at all.
Williams out of the game. Fulkerson is in. Fulkerson in a good position, couldn't handle the pass.
A really good start by Missouri. Not turning that ball over. They're making Tennessee work defensively. They're getting it side to side, and Tillman is off to a good start, getting good clean touches on that post.
Kick to 3. Watson short. Bowen's got a man wide open, and that's Turner who lays it in.
That's Tennessee basketball this year. They really bring that ball with a lot of heat in their conversion offense. About as fast of a team as we have in college ball right now.
Tied at 7, 5 minutes into this one. Pinson got it to go. Xavier Pinson's played well lately. A couple of 8-point back-to-back games.
Yeah, a no-fear kid. And you're going to have to make some hard-guarded shots against Tennessee. Pinson just got one of them to drop down.
Good start for the Tigers on the road. They lead it by 2, 9-7. We're at Rocky Top, where the Vols are #1 in the nation.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Boost Mobile. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Doesn't that cloud right there look like a penguin?
That looks just like your house. That's being burglarized. They're stealing your TV right there. Oh, and right there, it's a bear destroying your car.
You need a vacation.
You know, Chris, some of us don't have an off season.
You don't get to be the most awarded SUV brand ever without the luxurious craftsmanship of Jeep Grand Cherokee, the fuel efficiency of Jeep Cherokee, the legendary capability of Jeep Renegade, or the innovative technology of Jeep Compass. So it's no wonder Jeep Wrangler was named 2019 Motor Trend SUV of the Year. And that's why more people are joining the Jeep family than any other brand.
Yeah, I will absolutely do that. Welcome, everyone. Those who started on ESPN News, we're now on ESPN2. Tennessee and Missouri. Good start for Missouri. They're without one of their most effective shooters, Mark Smith, who's out with an ankle injury. We've already seen Rick Barnes go to his bench. Took Grant Williams out early. He's yanked Admiral Schofield as well. Not a crisp start for the #1 team in the country. And Laura Rutledge is the third member of our crew, along with me, Carl Ravitch and Jimmy Dykes. What's up, Rut?
So I was just listening into Rick Barnes' Tennessee huddle, and he was really talking about what Jimmy was referring to a little earlier, the ball not moving with speed. Movement going, and also Admiral Schofield, as you mentioned, Jimmy, not blocking out the way that he should have. He took responsibility for that, raised his hand in the huddle and said, I got to be better, looking right at Coach Barnes.
All right, Laura, thanks. Located right behind the Tennessee bench. Jordan Geis, somebody to watch tonight. He is the best player on Missouri, #15. He's dealing with a banged-up ankle. He rolled it during the shoot-around earlier today. It is taped heavily, and he is walking gingerly. Good play to get that ball inside. Missouri continues to work in the paint. Mitchell Smith with 2.
And that speed of Bone in conversion. He face cuts after a basket on the other end and really gets to that elbow quickly.
Pons with a cut. He gets fouled by Mitchell. And Pons out of France will go to the free throw line. As Pons goes to the line, remind everybody, Saturday, the top 3 teams in the country will be on ESPN. So we got #1 Tennessee. They get Florida at 4. Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett after dismissing Duke tonight. They're number 2 after dismissing BC. Number 2 Duke will take on Virginia. What a game that is, a sonic blockbuster. Both games streaming live on the ESPN app, so you can watch them anywhere, anytime.
Think about the job that Rick Barnes has done. It's February the 5th. It's not like it's in November. It's February the 5th, and Tennessee is the #1 team in the country. It's not Kansas. It's not Kentucky. It's not North Carolina. It's not Duke. Phenomenal job by Rick Barnes, who should be in every conversation for National Coach of the Year.
You want to rebuild a program. Barnes is at the top of the list.
Yes.
Consider he came here in 15, and they were 15-19 his first year. Then they go 16-16. Last year, 26-9. Then this year, they are 20-1. What a turnaround in 3+ years for Rick Barnes. Tillman working on Williams. That's tough. Oh,
wow.
Tough shot by Tillman off the window.
Ravi, Tennessee is not firing down or doubling him right now on the block, so they're going to confuse him. And kind of a little bit of a guessing game. Are they doubling? Are they not? A good read, though, by Tillman.
Jordan Bone has been so good for Tennessee. He's on the bench. He hasn't done much in this game.
Moving screen.
Turner, moving screen on Admiral Schofield.
The other end, Ravi, Tillman catches this ball, and he's much better on the left block where he gets it. But watch Tennessee, just playing a little game with him. Bowden kind of faked the fire down and then said, Grant, go one-on-one. And Tillman with a very difficult, not much of an angle to work with off the board. And a good soft shot by 23 in black.
Question is he figuring it out? Is Jeremiah Tillman figuring it out? He had 19-8 against Vanderbilt. And he had really been dealing with turnover issues and foul trouble. And to the credit of the referees and his own team, they helped him out a little bit in, hey, here's the way you can stay on the court. And as Laura told us earlier while we were on ESPN News, he used to let the chatter get to his head. You know, they would trash talk him a little bit. He let him affect it.
Just the next step growth for Tillman. And boy, Missouri right now is just doing about all they want against Tennessee's defense.
Tough catch. Goaltend will give a bucket to Grant Williams. That's a good pass, but a tough catch in traffic.
You see how fast Tennessee, again, you score on Tennessee, they're going to get that ball out of bounds, and the point guard, whether it's Turner or Bone, they're going to face cut, get the ball on the move. They get the ball up on the glass, up on the rim within 3 or 4 seconds, about as well as anyone we have in college ball.
Missouri, the 22nd all-time meeting against the #1 team, and they are 4-17. You got to go back to '97 when they took down the Jayhawks the last time they beat a #1. Starter Schofield and Alexander back in for the Volunteers. Pickett again, drive, an easy layup. Javon Pickett having his way early from Mizzou.
It's a very simple back screen, ball screen action that Tennessee doesn't communicate. Let the guy turn the corner and get downhill.
Admiral Schofield knocks down a 3. Went through a bit of a shooting slump a couple of weeks ago, and boy, has he figured that out again.
Yeah, that's a good combination of Schofield feeding Grant Williams on the post. You come off and double down, it's a high percentage shot. How do they guard Tillman now? Again, the fire down comes late. That's almost a turnover.
Pickett works his way into the lane again. Can't get it to go. The battle, and it's Tennessee who comes away with it. A 2-on-2. Bowden pulls up for 3. Too long.
Tillman with no fouls yet, correct?
Yep.
And he's getting a lot of good low post touches. And here's going to be another one. Tennessee now has to decide, what are we going to do with this big fella?
Tough shot. Can't get it to go. He had a couple of guys, including Javon Pickett, who's got 7 early at the 3-point line, and he opted to lay it up, and he missed. Foul line jumper, Williams.
Ravi, it all starts, though, with the elbow touch of Lamonte Turner. Tennessee punches that elbow, and if they can go one step deeper, then they have the reversal pass up top. Hard to guard. Trap it.
Ten on the shot clock. Dice will launch a long 3. That's off. midway through the first half, and Tennessee unbeaten in conference, leading by 118-17 on Super Tuesday. Pinson a little long there, and 3 Volunteers go up for the defensive rebound. Good pass, Turner. Schofield, no, that's on Williams. He's going to go to the free throw line. We'll get a block on the floor. Missouri and Tennessee. For those watching on ESPN News, will continue on ESPN2. Admiral Schofield doing it on the floor. When we come back, you'll see a skill of his off the floor.
There's a lot of stuff Michael follows online. Then he tried Tostito Scoops and Salsa, and he started following them in real life.
Hey, Mike.
What's up? Oh,
Tostitos. Get together already.
doesn't that cloud right there look like a penguin?
That looks just like your house. That's being burglarized. They're stealing your TV right there. Oh, and right there, it's a bear destroying your car.
You need a vacation.
You know, Chris, some of us don't have an off-season.
KFC's got 4 ways to feed a family for just $20. It's delicious.
Son of a biscuit.
Well, that worked out. Bring home dinner with any of KFC's $20 fill-ups.
Today, back pain can't win. Thankfully, there's Aleve Back and Muscle Pain. Aleve targets tough pain for up to 12 hours with just 1 pill. Aleve Back and Muscle, all day strong, all day long.
Almost time for me to go.
Well, what if I...
Drove me home?
What if we lost track of time?
What if we took a leap of faith?
What if you...
Missed my flight next week?
The all-new RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
Strolling around the #1 Tennessee Oh! What do we have here? What is this? The real question is, does he sing?
No.
So it turns out, as you can see, that Tennessee's Admiral Schofield is actually also a Renaissance man. He does it all. He can play basketball, he plays guitar. He started playing guitar in high school because he said he was spending too much time playing video games and wanted to find another hobby to put his time into. It helped with his game a little bit as well. The one thing, guys, that I want to just make sure we get clear is actually he does sing, and he sings Adele quite well.
Whoa.
So Adele needs to watch out, because here comes Admiral trying to steal her thunder whenever she's ready for that to happen.
He sings Adele. Is there one Adele song, Laura?
I think he sings all of them. I mean, just anything that Adele sings, he's all in. You can check Twitter for that. We actually tweeted him singing Adele, and it's you know, a lot of people are enjoying it. So
over 200,000 views, is that right?
I think it's over 300,000.
That is crazy.
Here's the thing. He is also trying to steal Jimmy's thunder, which is a whole other story.
Well, he's already done that.
Yeah.
He's already done that.
I love the idea, Laura, that he started because he felt as if the video games was not a great thing.
He's been good throughout his life, he says, and his parents agree with this, of self-assessing and then correcting the problem to make himself better. He's always striving for that.
You know, too, the other thing, he said, right, he wanted to come back here. He wanted to be the best player that Rick Barnes ever coached.
How about that? That's a strong statement. I was fortunate to watch film with Tennessee last night. He asked some high-level questions during that film session. And he would ask some questions, and Kyle Alexander answered a couple of them. Rick Barnes asked a couple of them. This is a very dialed-in, mature team. Jordan Bone told you and I earlier today, so what's your hardest class? He said, maybe watching film with my team.
Yeah. Reed Nico into the game. KJ Santos also into the game from Missouri. The other thing I thought was just fascinating is that Tennessee, who we've just talked about their work ethic and staying focused, they have a blue SEC guitar just laying around at before a game or shoot around, just pick it up and play.
Yeah, it's a talented group in a lot of ways. With that curl action by Tennessee, so difficult. And all of them can wrap it and pop those feet at that elbow into high release jump shots.
Santos hard to the rack, blocked by Schofield, and Pons comes down on Admiral Schofield's head. The initial block was by Schofield. Pons went up to block the shot as well. And watch him come down squarely on number 5.
Yeah, right there. Tennessee trying to tighten up and send a message about giving you nothing easy at the rim. The first 3 or 4 minutes, Missouri was getting there and finishing with no resistance.
Good defense that time by Schofield, who held his ground. Jordan Bone back into the game, the point guard.
Yeah, the pass was later. They would have had a clean 2.
Admiral's already got 1.
Yep.
Now he's got another 3.
When he trails the play in conversion offense, now it's a whole different deal. Because that is a legitimate three-point shooter, especially from the top of that three-point line on Synergy. That's about his favorite spot.
2-on-1. This could end up in an alley-oop. Pons. How about the big fella, the center, Kyle Alexander, running point and throwing the alley-oop to Yves Pons. And it looks like Tillman's right arm or shoulder got banged up.
Ravi, that is a special play by Kyle Alexander, who's a 6'11" kid that can really run. He has guard speed, and Pons matched him stride for stride, and one of the most explosive athletes in all of SEC, 35 in white.
That's a big development there. Tillman was grabbing at his right arm. It started with him rubbing his shoulder, then he went down to his elbow. So we'll keep an eye on that. How about the run Tennessee's gone on in the last 3:54, a 14-2 run. This felt like it was a real tight game.
You're right.
30 seconds ago.
Yeah, but they can pop you in a hurry. That's a good
Oh,
look.
and a block from behind by Alexander. It'll be Tennessee basketball.
How about the recovery speed and quickness and length of Kyle Alexander to protect the rim? Because that was an automatic guaranteed 2. Watch Kyle Alexander not give up on the play. Bam. That long reach to keep his body off the offensive player. Special.
Feel how they've ratcheted up the intensity here the last 5 minutes, Tennessee, defensively and offensively, and that is a mistake.
That's on Bone, because why throw it to Pons in the far corner, who's not a three-point shooter?
He can sing Adele, he can play the guitar, and he can shoot threes. Admiral Schofield off to a good start. The #1 Volunteers leading it 27-19.
Notice the...
At Hilton.com, I can choose from all their different hotel brands, like a DoubleTree for my cousins, a Homewood Suites for my uncle, a Hampton for my sister and her kids, and the Waldorf Astoria Beverly Hills for me. Can I get a... Thank you. Book at Hilton.com and get the Hilton Price Match Guarantee.
The F-Pace, the SUV with the heart of a Jaguar. For great offers, visit your Jaguar retailer during the Impeccable Timing sales event.
Bring your friends, bring your family, and bring on the flavor. Try Zaxby's Boneless Wings Meal, tossed in our new Caribbean jerk sauce. Or customize your meal with any of our other 9 delicious sauces. Zaxby's.
Head to Smashville on Thursday, February 21st, when the Nashville Predators take on the Los Angeles Kings. Then join us on Saturday, the 23rd, for Hockey Fights Cancer Night, when the Preds face off against Central Division foe, the Colorado Avalanche, at a special 4:30 p.m. puck drop, before they finish up the homestand against the Edmonton Oilers on Monday, February 25th. Limited tickets remain at NashvillePredators.com or call 615-770-7800 today.
Houston Clinic Orthopedics, world-class care in Middle Tennessee for more than 20 years. Proven treatments tailored to your specific pain. Leading-edge technology, from regenerative stem cells to robotic-assisted knee surgery.
Houston Clinic Orthopedics has changed my life. My quality of life's better. I have no more pain. It is just terrific to live again.
When experience matters, Houston Clinic Orthopedics, with 9 locations to heal you.
Virginia is out for sweet revenge.
Hold up, let me get up in it now. I'm here to win it.
Setting up a high-stakes rematch. Number 2 Duke, number 3 Virginia. Round 2, Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
This is the SEC on ESPN. We look forward to that Duke-Virginia game. You'll see number 1 Tennessee on Saturday as well. So 1, 2, and 3, all on ESPN on Saturday. Blue Devils get a win tonight over Boston College. Of course, the crossover continues tonight and tomorrow night. ESPN, you have the college basketball analysts working with the NBA analysts, calling their respective games. Our score 27-19, 3 out of the break, no good, but an offensive rebound from Mizzou. Schofield and Williams have been spectacular. There's a block. They blocked 3 shots the last 3 times down for Missouri. And here's Pons. How about that step? A Euro step for the Frenchman.
Ravi, he's a crazy athlete, Pons is. At Tennessee again. I know Auburn is extremely fast in this league, rim to rim. Tennessee is right there with them this year. I mean, they come with heat.
10-point lead, largest of the night. Good ball fake there. And Geist, who's their best shooter, missed an easy one.
Geist is a pivot magician. He's so good at pivoting, sometimes 2 or 3 times, to get shots off. There's that elbow touch by Bone so quickly into their offense. I don't think there's a better point guard in all of college basketball than 0 in white, Jordan Bone. I know Cassius Winston is good, Tiger with Virginia, Ja Morant. This kid's playing as well or better than anyone out there.
We're seeing Jeremiah Tillman check back in for Missouri. We saw him holding that right shoulder and arm in pain after the collision here. And when he went over to the huddle, he was saying he was okay. He was trying to test the range of motion in that right arm. He told the official who actually checked on him that he felt like it popped out of place for a second. But he's good enough to get back in there and try to go. Something to keep an eye on, though, guys.
Sure, no doubt about it.
Yeah, there didn't see a lot of contact on it.
No. Tillman, the sophomore out of East St. Louis. Pickett looked like his foot slid, so they've had 3 blocks and now a steal. The last 4 possessions for Missouri. Tennessee's defense has kicked it up. Bone.
Oh, and nobody to the offensive glass on that possession by Tennessee. And Tillman touch has been good, Ravi, for Missouri in this game. And they get him reestablished on the block.
Jordan Bone nearly had a clean pick, but instead foul called on the point guard.
It was really interesting last night when I walked in. We showed the picture earlier of Jordan Bone and Rick Barnes sitting on the bench about 6:45 local time last evening in an empty 20,000-seat arena. And the connection that these 2 guys have. What I love about Jordan Bone, he's not opposed to learning like a lot of guys are in college ball. And they sat there for about 20 minutes. I didn't interrupt them. And afterwards, they came over and they shared with me what the conversation was about. It was about avoiding the noise and how that can soften you as a player and as a team. That's how mature and dialed in this Tennessee club is.
Jordan Bone actually showed his maturity by working on his game. He said he felt like he was going through a mini slump. How about that block, Robbie? That was fun. Anyway, Jordan Bone felt like he was going through a mini slump about a month ago and started his own shooting routine that he's done every day since. And basically it requires him to have 10 makes from 7 different points on the field, from field goal range, and then also at the 3-point line. He thinks that routine has made a big difference in his shooting and his game overall.
Yeah. A lot of people think growing up with a brother who, of course, played here at Tennessee, allowed him to get ready. He told us this during the shoot-around, for the type of pressure that somebody and the demands that somebody like Barnes will put on him. There's Kyle Alexander. So Jordan Bone has accepted what Rick Barnes has said, and it has made him better. Think about this, too. Last 5 possessions for Missouri. 4 block shots and a steal by Tennessee.
Tennessee has really tightened up. 1 pass away, denying, pushing Missouri out. Being physical with Jeremiah Tillman around the restricted arc. Stay on your feet. Tennessee's so good. They don't run a lot of ball screen offense. Only about 10% of their offense is that. Kind of a ghost screen that time by Kyle Alexander to fake the on-ball screen and slip out of it quickly. And the pocket pass, perfect timing, and an unblockable shot by Kyle Alexander with a high release from a 6'10" kid.
Jalen Johnson comes into the game. Turner goes to the bench. We saw it during the shoot-around. Kyle Alexander uses a heavy ball. What's the point of that? Explain it to the people at home.
You know what? He started last year, and he shoots it from 12 to 15 feet. If you don't shoot a heavy ball with perfect form, you can't even get it to the rim. I don't care how old you are, how strong you are. And Kyle Alexander was relentless, shooting a heavy ball every day for about 5 or 10 minutes to perfect that form.
Speaking of relentless, how about that rebound offensively by Tillman? And now Bone on the run-out. Whoa, he jumped up, had nowhere to go, and he came down on it. And that's a mistake by Jordan Bone, who's been pretty much mistake-free most of the year.
Yeah,
everybody thought he was going to shoot it.
I tell you what, you want perfection out of 3 things in life. Your doctor, your tattoo artist, and your point guard. You want those 3 things to be low mistake people. And that's what Jordan Bone has been this year. What is he at, 11 turnovers so far in conference play?
56 assists, 11 turnovers in conference play coming into the game. I got to think about that. Your doctor, your tattoo artist.
You don't want him making a mistake. It's permanent.
And where are your tattoos?
And your, well, that's, we're just talking about my music career last week. We're not going there this week. Tennessee really takes time on their game day shoot around to sniff out of bounds plays. A lot of length on the ball.
This game was 18-17 not too long ago. Tillman worked his way in. He thought up an air ball. Rebound by Smith. He'll get fouled. 31-19 under the 4-minute mark. On a 24-4 run, UT was down in Columbia. They bounced back again here tonight.
Incomparable design makes it beautiful. State-of-the-art technology makes it brilliant. The Lexus NX. Experience the crossover in its most visionary form. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
There are those who stand forever ready. Ready to defend the nation. Ready to fight for what matters. No matter what. Do you have what it takes? Find out at GoArmy.com/warriors.
At Golden Corral, enjoy the signature sirloin. Juicy, hand-carved, grilled how you like every night. And right now, hurry in for WingFest. Get as much as you want of their sweet, spicy, and boneless wings. There's something for everyone at Golden Corral.
Remember that degree you got in taxation? Of course you don't, because you didn't. Your job isn't doing hard work. It's making them do hard work and getting paid for it.
Snap and sort your expenses to save over $4,600 at tax time. QuickBooks, backing you.
If they're talking about you, you must be doing something right. The Lexus RX, the leading luxury SUV of all time. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Step back 3. Got another one.
That's the reason we ball for. Price for the encore. If you know, you know.
We're back. The Volunteers really turned it up on the defensive end, Jimmy.
Well, they're averaging 5 blocks a game. They have 5 in this first half. They give you nothing at the rim. And when they want to pick up the pressure and turn up the heat, they can really do it from all 5 spots, Ravi. And there's a, they block shots around the rim. We've seen Grant Williams with a game-saving block in the far corner at Florida earlier this year. He just erased one from Purrier. This is the team that Rick Barnes can get on that huddle and say, listen, if you don't defend, I'm taking you out of the ball game.
Yeah.
A high accountability factor with his team, and they give you nothing at the rim. If you are soft, you have no shot against Tennessee, and Tennessee will kind of sniff that softness out and attack.
17 points in the first 7.5 minutes, and since they've scored 2. Their last field goal was at the 9:34 mark. Mitchell Smith's first free throw, no good. He comes in as an 83% free throw shooter. Coming up on the E-Trade halftime report. Oh, Michigan State falling to Illinois on the road. Duke continues to be the dominant team in the ACC. And we mentioned the NBA crossover. And Hubie Brown and Dick Vitale up on the Crow's Nest with Dan Schulman doing that Duke game.
First time Michigan State has lost 3 times to an unranked team since 2003. How about that?
Amazing. Jalen Johnson 3 was right on line, just a little long. So Missouri hanging around here with 3:30 to go. Pickett got off to a real good start. Now he kicks to Smith. Line drive 3. Not sure that ever got above the rim, but Smith there to pick the pocket of Grant Williams. Another block. Boy, the blocks piling up for Tennessee. That's their 6th.
Let me tell you why that's happening, Ravi. Tennessee is they're an open stance team off the ball, so they always have vision of the ball. Teams that kind of get in a denial stance, they can lose vision of the ball. Not Tennessee. They stay open, so when the ball attacks them, they attack the basketball because of great vision and understanding of where to be on that white line.
Defense there leads to a turnover.
Great job by Bone to blow up any type of a dribble handoff action. Not easy to get those against Tennessee. They are so aggressive at any handoff action, getting between the passer and the handler.
4th turnover for Missouri.
There's the curl.
Schofield, he has been hot. That was halfway down. As that one go out of bounds, it'll be Missouri basketball. Reminder, NBA Wednesday doubleheader. Start at Milwaukee. Giannis and the Bucks hosting Bradley Beal and the Wizards, and then DeMar DeRozan and the Spurs. They're at Oracle. They take on the Warriors. Of course, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. Durant played for Rick Barnes at Texas. We start with the NBA countdown tonight at 7 on ESPN and the ESPN app.
And what's going to happen with Anthony Davis, huh?
Jordan Geis buries a 3. A lot of talk on SportsCenter, and of course Woj talking about the Lakers allegedly pulling out of that. His Bone goes all the way to the rack, but we'll get an offensive foul. Williams was moving to clear space.
Well, he'll do that 3 or 4 times a game because he's so good and so big at getting in the front of that rim and kind of posting up and a clear out opportunity for Bone to drive. And we get a second look at it or not, because that's part of Tennessee's transition offense. Spread that floor, let the big rim run.
See what happens in the last 2 minutes of this game. You get the sense Missouri makes a couple of buckets. It'd be interesting in the second half. However, with a lead where it is, that's a big 3 for Pickett. And Rick Barnes is not happy. He calls a timeout. He's going to first talk to the official. He's given an earful to the guys in the stripes. He'll address his team. We'll come back in a 5-point game.
Hey, I just wanted to...
Oh, there he is.
What are you looking at? Are you looking at the results of yesterday's Constant Contact email? We were supposed to watch that together.
I'm sorry.
I can't even look at you.
Send great-looking emails that drive big results for your business.
Hey, guys. When are we going to look at the... Oh, I can't believe you guys.
Constant Contact email marketing. Powerful stuff.
Here's what Rick Barnes is upset about. That foul right there on Grant Williams as Bone, he drove the post up. Grant Williams is posting up. He's got his arms up in a legal position. He's got his big keister on you. And Bone just drove the post up and got called for a foul. And well, Rick Barnes just laying into Don Daly and Steven Anderson and Owen Short going into that break.
7-0 run for Missouri the last minute and 42 seconds. Twice they nearly turned it over. They still have 10 on the shot clock.
Tennessee not great in late clock this year, under 4 seconds, about 32% from the field.
Schofield will launch a long 3, no good. Bowden is right there for the offensive rebound. As Geis vacated, it was an easy one for Jordan Bowden.
Yeah, that's a killer to your defense if you're Missouri. Man, you do everything so well and don't clean up the miss. He's really knocking Geist out towards the timeline as Alexander on that ball screen.
Great position, but Tillman had it knocked away by Alexander. Here's Bowden. And Pickett made sure he did not throw that down. Bowden can jump through the roof. And he was going up for something loud.
Watch the putback is Geist this time, but he actually shades over and tries to clip Alexander and leaves his guy completely clean to get on the glass. Bowden. How about the character of this kid, Ravi, to start all of last year and Rick Barnes say, I think it's best for our team this year for you to go to the bench. And 90 out of 100 guys in college ball would pout, sulk, talk about transferring, have bad body language. Not in this ball club.
Bowden makes them both. He tweaked his knee about a week ago and he missed that South Carolina game. He had 20 in the game against Missouri in the first meeting in about 25 minutes of action.
Alexander can continue to hard hedge and knock that ball screen out because the guy he's guarding, Tillman, is not a three-point shooter.
Geist, how good is he? When he was left open, nails a three. Keeps it a close game.
He is tough as nails is what he is.
Bowden, pull up. Tough shot. Jordan Bowden warming up.
Ravi, the ball was popping though. It was popping off of 3 passes, a wide open step in to take up the slack jump shot by Tennessee.
Guys will look for Tillman. Gets that one to go.
Again, Tennessee, they're not firing down. They're not doubling. They're saying Kyle Alexander can handle you enough. We're not going to let the 3-ball get going. Goodbye, it's doubling down.
How about the improvement of Jeremiah Tillman? My goodness.
Terrific. He has great feet, first of all. He's got really good hands. His turnovers come from passes.
3 seconds. Fulkerson got bang, throws it up, won't go in. And we got ourselves a 6-point ball game here. The #1 team in the country, 37-31. And we send it to Laura.
All right, thanks. Coach, what needs to happen to be even more consistent on the defensive end?
Well, we did change up our ball screen. I thought we were better when we got more aggressive on the ball with a little bit harder help. And we had a red 4-on one time where we were trying to double the post, and we didn't get it quite set up. But defensively, we really were okay if we had to come up with a couple of those offensive rebounds. If they got 2 or 3 chances at it, we just got to be more consistent on the offensive end.
Okay, so if that's the case, then what allows for that in the second half? More consistent
well,
on
we got to move the ball. You know, they're very content with that, us coming down, taking, not passing the ball and taking the shot. You know, we want to attack the elbows and go inside, but we got to get it moving a little bit so we can get some offensive rebounds.
All right, thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Carl.
Thank you, Laura. Missouri ends the half on a 12-6 run to get us to 37-31. Geist nails the 3. 8 different Vols have scored. We'll take a timeout. The E-Trade halftime report after this break.
I switched to Liberty Mutual because they let me customize my insurance. And as a fitness junkie, I customize everything, like my bike and my calves.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. When I book at Hilton.com, I get to select my room from the floor plan, free Wi-Fi, and the price match guarantee.
So with Hilton, there is no catch.
Yeah, the only catch is I'm never leaving. No, I'm serious, I live here now. Book at Hilton.com and get the Hilton price match guarantee.
We're fans of all pizza, not just Domino's. That's why we're rewarding you for eating any pizza you love.
Pizza from here?
Yep.
Homemade pizza?
I guess.
New York style? Deep dish.
Any pizza. Scan your pizza with the Domino's app, and you could earn points toward free Domino's pizza.
The rules of luxury. Look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't use. Use, but don't enjoy. Enjoy, but don't show it.
If you're going to follow one rule, make sure it's this one. Luxury should be lived in. Infiniti. Empower the drive.
One of these tax prep services lets more people file for free. Is it TurboTax or H&R Block Online? We may never know. More people can file free with H&R Block Online. Block has your back.
Duke is out for the sweep. Virginia is out for sweet revenge.
Hold up, let me get up in it now. I'm here to win it
Setting
now.
up a high-stakes rematch. Number 2, Duke. Number 3, Virginia. Round 2. Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
Of all the great minds in history, one stands above the rest.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like the Beatles of the 20th century.
Tonight, spend all week with a true genius. Kelly Bundy, book smart,
Mommy, he's spelling at me again.
street smart,
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
the smarterest ever.
I guess what I'm trying to say here is that... Wait, what was the question?
Watch her drop some knowledge
Oh, God, my brain hurts.
on the Kelly Bundy True Genius Week all night long tonight starting at midnight on WGN America Channel 307.
Wireless for $20 a month. That's not right. It's right, all right. Now, chunky style milk, that's not right.
I choose chunky style milk because it has the wholesome chunks growing kids need, unlike smooth style milk.
Hey, guys, save some chunks for me. Oh, that's not right. Kind of like your wireless bill. Mint Mobile is easy, online, and just $20 a month. Right now, buy 1 month and get 2 months free at mintmobile.com.
Welcome to the E-Trade Halftime Report.
Duke is out for the sweep. Virginia is out for sweet revenge.
Hold up, let me get up in it now. I'm here to win it
Setting
now.
up a high-stakes rematch. Number 2, Duke. Number 3, Virginia. Round 2. Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
Before game day in Charlottesville, Duke is playing BC tonight. E-Trade Halftime Report. Check out Kai Bowman. Oh, that's filthy in Cameron right there. Boston College kept it close early because Duke couldn't shoot the ball in the first half. But then, Coach, they started doing this.
Terrific job right there. Dribble penetration, kick out. Trey Jones knocks down that 3 in the second half. They were 6 for 9 from the three-point line after going 1 for 15. But this is when they're at their best.
Oh, look out.
Dunk.
Oh.
How about
It
that?
doesn't even matter.
A little embarrassing.
Faked you.
It doesn't
You
even
got pump
matter.
faked by that dunk.
His misses are better than most people's dunks.
I can't relate.
Cam Reddish hitting a 3. This is the best news for Duke fans.
Reddish had 24,
Yeah.
4 for 11 from the three-point line. When he's making shots, they're pretty good.
That they're making threes, which they did in the second half. Chris Cotter, Sean Farnham, Coach Greenberg here on the E-Trade Halftime Report. Let's show you some more highlights. Over on ESPN, Kansas taking on K-State. Xavier Sneed. This is a huge game for K-State at home. They got to find a way to beat Kansas. Quentin Grimes says, I'm going to nail this 3.
Quentin Grimes got to play more freed up and just let it fly. And this is a Kansas State team that got stuck on 26 for about how long, Sean?
For about 8 minutes because of the zone that Kansas is playing.
Let's go to the rack. Michigan on the road taking on Rutgers. Xavier Simpson. Look at this tough shot.
He is the king of the hook shot. I'm going to call him like Billy Paul's the king of the whopper.
And then Iggy started to do his thing. You got a big guy like this that can take it out and hit a shot.
Look, when their offense is rolling and it's balanced, they're as good as any team in the country because of what they do at the defensive end of the floor. But when they struggle, it hurts them.
Iggy and Poole got to make shots for these guys to be potent offensively. Iggy made shots, Poole made threes. That's the difference. When they're scoring it, their defense will keep them engaged.
Goodness, speaking of scoring, in North Carolina, 107-79 over their rivals. And Marquette struggling against St. John's. That's a huge game for Chris Mullen and St. John's to get a quality win on the road. When we come back, we're crossing over. We'll show you some NBA highlights, including LeBron. Don't go anywhere.
This halftime report is presented by E-Trade, the original place to invest online.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, ask your doctor if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
I had the common type.
Mine was rare.
Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I just found out about my hepatitis C.
I knew for years. Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
Wait, I didn't know you played for the Bucks. Wow. can help with this.
It's a good thing we didn't eat these under the ceiling fan.
Almost time for me to go.
Well, what if I...
Drove me home?
What if we lost track of time?
What if we took a leap of faith?
What if you...
Missed my flight next week?
The all-new RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
Sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing.
The brand new ESPN app. Now with ESPN Plus. Get more ESPN and download now.
This halftime report is presented by E-Trade, the original place to invest online.
E-Trade halftime, Chris Cotter, Sean Farnham, Coach Greenberg here. Coach Izzo's club has been struggling. They've lost 2 in a row playing at Illinois tonight in Champaign, and that struggling continued, Coach, because even though Kenny Goins is going to hit this 3 in the second half, they couldn't take care of the basketball.
Yeah, Illinois is up in passing lanes, pressuring the basketball. 24 turnovers for Michigan State, resulting in 28 points for Illinois.
Ayo Dosunmu, not 1, but 2 threes, Farney.
Yeah, what happens is when you start getting out in transition, not going against that defense, all of a sudden things start looking better. You get in your rhythm. Illinois was in a rhythm down the stretch of this game at the offensive end, but really impressed me as they forced a lot of poor Michigan State shots in the final minute and a half.
Court storming legal, Coach?
Totally legal court storm. Celebrating Champaign.
They're celebrating in Kentucky right now because this team is playing really good basketball. Tyler Hero makes the jumper here. South Carolina and Frank Martin kept it close early, but then Kentucky blew them out. Ashton Hagans, look at that.
Give me that ball. Get out of here. This is what Ashton Hagans does. Just takes it away from you. E.J. Montgomery coming off the bench. Huge game today. You're talking about a guy, 11 points, 13 rebounds. X factor for Kentucky, in my opinion.
E.J. Washington hits the 3. He had 20 and 5. Kentucky is motoring. Let's cross over. LeBron James going to play an unlimited amount of minutes in this game against the Pacers. That is a bomb.
Yeah, unlimited range, but I'm telling you this. If you're the Pelicans and you're watching this game going, okay, so who'd they offer us? How are they going to play for us? I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be rushing to get rid of Anthony Davis.
And if I'm those guys that's up on that offering, seriously, why would you defend anyone tonight? Because you've heard for the past week you're not any good and they want to move you to another team.
Those 2 highlights with LeBron might have been the only 2 of the game for the Lakers. They get blown out by the Pacers. Celtics and Cavs, Jason Tatum. Look how wide open he is here.
Yeah, Markelle Fultz, yeah, okay, not better than him. Josh Jackson, not better than him. Jason Tatum is special.
13 in the first half for Tatum. Colin Sexton, this is a good move here.
He is a physical guard. But how easy does the game come to Jason Tatum? I mean, his feel for the game, his length, his ability to create separation, and his understanding of how to play. I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. Draw a couple defenders, kick it out, knock down 3. Let's go back on defense.
Jaylen Brown, their high school product, hitting that 3 for the Celtics.
To Atlanta always.
NBA Countdown at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. First of a doubleheader. It finishes with the Spurs and Warriors. It's all part of our crossover on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app. You're watching the E-Trade Halftime Report.
Why bother mastering something? Because when you want to create an entirely new feeling, the difference between excellence and mastery is all the difference in the world. Introducing the all-new Lexus ES, a product of mastery. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Today, back pain can't win. Thankfully, there's Aleve Back and Muscle Pain. Aleve targets tough pain for up to 12 hours with just 1 pill. Aleve Back and Muscle, all day strong, all day long.
When you book at Hilton.com, you get the price match guarantee. So if you find your room at a lower rate, Hilton is like, we're gonna match that rate and give you an extra 25% off.
What would travel sites do if you found a different price?
That's not my problem. It's your problem. Book at Hilton.com and get the Hilton price match guarantee.
SEC Women's Basketball Tournament is tipping off in Greenville, South Carolina, March 6th through the 10th. Be a part of the experience. This is your opportunity to witness the best student athletes in the country compete for the 2019 SEC Tournament Championship title. We will see you in that Greenville. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit secsports.com. SEC Women's Basketball. It just means more.
Iconic luxury items from Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Gucci, Rolex, and hundreds more at up to 90% off retail. All authenticated by our experts. Real luxury, unreal value. Only at The Real Real. Shop now and get 20% off on selected items with the code REAL.
Hey guys, if you're experiencing erectile dysfunction, you can now get treated anywhere. Like here, 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 even here. Okay, maybe not there. That's why we built Roman. So it's easy to get ED meds prescribed online, delivered to your door. Just visit GetRoman.com, chat with a U.S. licensed physician, and you'll get FDA-approved medication delivered in discreet packaging. Roman, let's take care of it. Get started with your free online visit at GetRoman.com/TV.
You're watching Super Tuesday, presented by Boost Mobile. Coming your way from Knoxville, Tennessee, the #1 Tennessee Vols leading Missouri 37-31. Just speaking with Missouri head coach Conzo Martin, and he said he's proud of the way that his team has hung in this game so far in the first half of play. He said they ignored the name on the front of the jersey, they ignored the ranking, and just played ball. He also said the area they need to work on is transition defense. That has hurt them in that first half, and mentioned that Jeremiah Tillman, they need to get the ball to Tillman inside. He's proud of the way that Tillman's controlled his frustrations in the game, not been distracted by trash talk, not been distracted by anything that usually would bother him. He's really stayed focused. He said if he could do that in the first half, Jimmy, coach felt like he'd be good to go for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think he's had a really good half, talking about Jeremiah Tillman, because Missouri has established this guy in the game. He's 2 out of 5 from the field, but he's getting a lot of good post touches and making Tennessee respond to his post touch. Even got a kick out for an assist for a 3. I think another big thing in this ballgame, Ravi, is Jeremiah Tillman. He only has 1 turnover, and he also only has 1 foul. Exactly. So Missouri has a chance right now, but they have an anchor around the rim that Tennessee's having to respond to.
It feels like a typical Conzo Martin fighting effort here.
Yeah.
They don't have one of their best three-point shooters, Smith. Geist is limping around out there, and yet you look up, it's 37-31. They forced Tennessee into 7 turnovers. The last 2 games, they'd had 18 total. They have 7 in the first half. This is a typical Martin effort. Now the question is, because we've seen them struggle in second half, they led LSU by 14 with 2 minutes to go, ended up losing that game. Can they put the 2 halves together, especially against the #1 team?
Yeah, absolutely, because Tennessee is a real team. And coaches know what I'm talking about when I say that. And you wonder, does Missouri have enough offense? Because you look down at Tennessee, they're shooting 52% again from the field. They have made 13 shots and 11 assists. You heard Rick talking to Laura at halftime. The ball got hot and started popping, and Tennessee's offense started clicking.
They had a good last 3 minutes of the first half, Missouri. Let's see how they start the first 3 off in the second half. This Poirier has it down low against Williams, makes a nice move, and gets a nice little left-hand shot to go.
That was a big-time move with quickness. Poirier doing to Grant Williams what Grant Williams normally does to everyone else on that box.
Turner gives to Alexander. It goes off his foot. Take a look at the move by Kevin Poirier, who's really struggled lately scoring the basketball.
Yes, he gets his shoulders into Grant Williams, and right there, the spin-off. That is beautiful basketball. He's going to come back to that right shoulder, left paw, because that's who he is. But he just gave Grant Williams the business.
He sure did. Back-to-back games of no points for the first time in his career, Poirier, coming into this one. And before this, he had been 3 for his last 23. I think that was a travel. He got away with it, and the shot is missed.
And Kyle Alexander run that floor, put immediate pressure on Missouri's defense.
Jordan Bone baseline jumper. That's good. See if they can get Jordan Bone on track.
Well, he's so good, under control. The point guard on the #1 team in the country. I said it in the first half. He's playing as well or better than any point guard in all of college basketball.
Pickett stops and misses. Tillman, good job on the offensive glass. Came right to him.
Someone's coming out. Again, Rick Barnes isn't playing. You miss a box off and you don't check someone, just go ahead and come over and play 5-on-4 for a while in Rick Barnes' mind.
Schofield, Williams, left hand is so effective. And a good extra look there by Admiral Schofield.
I want you to think about this. Grant Williams is stronger than he looks. And he looks like he's a monster, but he is stronger than he looks. He's quick, and those shoulders and that upper body strength just chews his way through contact in the half court.
Geist, he got Williams to fade away. He misses the three badly, and Kyle Alexander picks it up in traffic.
One of those 3 or 4 out-of-area rebounds that Kyle Alexander seems to get every ball game.
One thing you notice here in Knoxville, the crowd has really been subdued tonight because Missouri has kept it so close. 5 on the shot clock for Schofield, who launches a 3. Buries it. Admiral Schofield's third 3 of the night.
That was a big shot, right? Again, they're shooting about 32%. Tennessee is in short clock situations on the year, 4 seconds or less. Schofield jumped up and stuck it.
Tillman wide open. Oh, Alexander comes out of nowhere to block it. Wow. There is a foul as Turner got hit on the head, but Kyle Alexander has had 2 incredible blocks.
Look at Grant Williams just slip out of that curl screen that he set. And they are lethal at recovery speed to the basketball. Tennessee is defensively in this game. Kyle Alexander leads that charge. He has guard speed, guard quickness, Ravi. I'm talking about like he can cover 10 feet, bam, like a guard.
Right.
And that's a rare thing for a kid with his length.
82% free throw shooter Lamonte Turner to make it a 10-point lead. Tennessee had 6 blocks in the first half.
I thought it was interesting today. We were fortunate to spend time with Rick Barnes at lunch today, and he talked about on the drive back. So if there's a guy that I want, if a fight breaks out, it's Lamonte Turner. And you would think you'd be Grant Williams, Schofield. He's not saying it's not those 2 guys, but this Turner kid now, he has 0 back down in him.
Right. Kyle Alexander has 3 of the 7 Tennessee blocks. And a 7-0 run for the Vols. That pass picked off by Schofield, and here comes Turner. 1-on-1. That's a goaltend on Pinson, and the lead grows to 13.
Ravi, the speed that Tennessee has at the point guard spot between Bone and Turner. Man, it is lethal. They can put the ball on your defense with supreme quickness.
And now that crowd, which had been kind of quiet, gets into it. Largest lead of the night for the #1 team in the nation.
Call it out. Good job by Grant to call it out to keep Bowden from getting his head clocked.
Tillman there, can't get it to go. He was right underneath the basket and made it a little tough on himself. Lamonte Turner, no good. Tillman with a rebound.
Now Tillman has to play through that last miss. That's the maturity level that Konzo's trying to get him to rise up to.
Missouri rushing things a little bit. That's the best shot he has. That little turnaround doesn't go in that time. And Schofield, he looked at that right ankle of his. It looked like that perhaps Torrance Watson came down on it. And Admiral Schofield writhing in pain on the ground. Laura will get an update during this timeout. They are addressing that issue. Watch Torrance Watson come down on that ankle like a lineman does in football. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll continue. #1 team up by 13, largest lead, but some concern for Admiral Schofield, who now rises to his feet as we go to break.
Next time your crew gets together, try Zaxby's Boneless Wings Meal with Caribbean Jerk Sauce. Customize your flavor with any of our 9 delicious sauces, or try our new Caribbean Jerk Sauce, featuring fruity mango, spicy habanero, and jerk spices. Zaxby's.
Do your thing. Fulfill. Realize. Love. Not like. Be extraordinary. Turn off the highway and soar. Spread your wings and experience the Mazda 6 with signature trim and turbo. Mazda. Feel alive.
Let me get this straight. After a long day of hard work, you have to do more work?
Automatically sort your expenses and save over 40 hours a month.
Every day you're nearly fried to a crisp professionally.
You earned it. We're here to make sure you get it. QuickBooks, backing you.
We're Grant Thornton. We are an audit, tax, and advisory firm, part of a global network of 50,000 employees in over 130 countries. Offering faster, tailored solutions, and with a commitment to quality. So why haven't you heard of us? Because when you're as focused on serving your clients as we are, it's hard to beat your own drum.
Well, you can see Tennessee's Admiral Schofield making his way back to the court. They just did some stability testing on his right ankle that he rolled just now in the game, and he was able to jump up and down very easily. You can see him now. He will most likely make his case to get back into this game soon. I'm told by the Tennessee athletic trainer that he is fine and good to re-enter the game whenever he needs to.
That's good news for Admiral Schofield in Tennessee. We talked about the last 3 minutes of the first half, how important they were for Missouri. To start the second half, Missouri 0 for 3 from 3, 2 of 10 from the floor. That ball deflected away, 5 on the shot clock for Watson. Tough shot, that was contested, and Bowden may have actually got a piece of it. Bowden buries it.
They are money. Tennessee is absolute money curling in to those elbow jump shots.
That's wheelhouse for Bowden and Bone.
Yes, it is. Tennessee switches the ball screen, and they've had a 4 and a 5 on Geis, but I don't think he feels like he has the explosiveness to go do anything with it.
3 from Watson. Ronnie Suggs into the game. He wears number 3. He's guarding Bowden. Reed Nico also into the game. KJ Santos, but now 3 Missouri Tigers get off the bench to return to action. Look at Bone. Bone and Bowden taking over here.
Ravi's the same thing. There was an elbow curl, and Bone read the traffic and said, you know what, I can take up the slack, and instead of a 15-footer, take an 8-footer.
Guys, we saw Jordan Bone able to make himself known in this game. Finally, he's been struggling a little bit to get involved, and just a few minutes ago, Rick Barnes was challenging him when he was sitting on the bench, saying, I want to play you, but you have to get your head in this game.
He's nearly doubled his point production per game from last year. Grant Williams, like Jimmy Dykes said, that's the best point guard in the nation.
It is. And Rick Barnes feels the same way, but everyone's held to that high accountability factor in this program.
Right. Pickett's three, no good. Offensive rebound. In traffic, wow, it looked like Fulkerson just went straight up, and we get the foul called on Fulkerson. Just a little more on Jordan Bowen. He was ranked the 33rd point guard coming out in 2016.
How about that?
How about that?
Kind of like a Tom Brady was there 199 guys taken before him in the draft?
Yep. 6 quarterbacks taken before Tom Brady.
It kind of sums up who Tennessee is, though, as well. Tom Brady has carried that chip with his career, and this Tennessee program is the same way.
Yeah.
A hungry, humbled #1 team.
You know, and I think as you just look bigger picture as the free throws by per year, the first one goes. A lot of people say that about Kentucky. Kentucky's used to getting all 5-star guys, but if you think about Hagan's, Hero, a lot of them were not that in like 6th grade. You know, they had to kind of earn it. They came late in high school. There's a little bit of a dog in some of those Wildcats. And as a result, there's a little more hunger perhaps than you've seen from them. And that may be what makes them a little better this year than they've been even in recent years. So we got Woj with the latest on Anthony Davis. Jimmy Dykes posed that question, so what is going to happen there? What's behind PG-13's amazing season, which is just rated awesome, and the NFL's off-season's power brokers. A lot of teams with a ton of money to spend, and we'll see that on SportsCenter.
Trev, I love your point, though, about Kentucky. We were talking about it at our Super Tuesday breakfast this morning, that to me, Tyler Hero and Keldon Johnson, and now P.J. Washington, they are ferocious competitors for Kentucky. They have that dog in them. Tyler Hero is a better player on the road than he is at home. And that's the swagger that Kentucky's been known for over the years. And why they have a chance to cut down the nets in Minneapolis.
Keldon Johnson's that way, too?
Yes, absolutely he is, yes. It just feeds throughout your guys.
Tennessee and Kentucky haven't played yet. They still have 2 games to go. First one is the 16th of February. It's at Kentucky. Wildcats got a big win again tonight. P.J. Washington 20. I tell you, E.J. Montgomery developing as well. He had 13 rebounds and 11 points for the Wildcats. Bowden steps in front, shows some speed, and got hacked.
They might want to look at that. Bowden was in a vulnerable position, possibly.
Javon Pickett goes over, and he and Bowden are talking to each other. I would have thought Pickett was heading over to apologize.
Ravi, these are the plays to me that we have to start taking a serious look at. The push from behind, he's in a vulnerable position, at risk for injury. And you come down hard on a guy like that, going 100 miles an hour. If I'm the 3 officials, I at least come together and have a conversation. Rick Barnes is asking for the same thing.
There's some vulnerability there.
Certainly there is.
Doesn't appear as if Daly, Anderson, or Short, the officials, are going to get together. See Dan Daly in there telling everybody, calm down a little bit.
Geist and Lamonte Turner need to separate and move on. I talked about Turner having no back down, neither does Jordan Geist. Every team in this league has a respect for that kid right there.
See, they want to get it into Tillman. They do. And he's in there. He was living in there, and he's able to get the layup. Good patience from Jeremiah Tillman.
And Bone gets the face cut and puts the ball right back on the defense within 3 seconds. Tillman would have traveled last year because he wouldn't have stuck that pivot foot.
Alexander, he got fouled. That's on Pickett, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Tillman, it looked like he almost slid that pivot foot, but his strength and his patience right here. Alexander does a great job of keeping his feet alive. He has high hands, and once he realizes that Alexander's off the floor, then it's an underneath play and an angle at the rim.
Alexander shooting about 68% from the free throw line. The first one not close. Pickett picks up his 3rd. He's got 10 points in the game. Tennessee about a 77% free throw shooting team. Think about Achilles' heels. I was watching the Duke game earlier. One of the things they don't do is shoot free throws really well. There really isn't a weakness on Tennessee. Or if there is, what is it in your opinion?
No, I've been asked that by a lot of radio stations the last 3 or 4 weeks. And they don't have that one thing that you can get them in this area of the game. So if you're going to beat Tennessee, it has to be not going to get in foul trouble, and maybe the shots don't go down. It's still going to be a last-minute possession game.
Pickett misses per year right there, and he gets the bunny to go. So they hang around, they get that lead. Back down to 10 for Tennessee.
I do think Tennessee has about 25% room for growth on the defensive end of the floor. Their defensive efficiency numbers are just inside the top 25, and that number needs to continue to drop as they get closer to March.
Bone too strong. Pinson with a push, and he's on the floor. We'll have a jump ball possession arrow to Tennessee. We're going to get a foul here. We'll come back. 10-point advantage for Tennessee. The home of the #1 team in the land is Knoxville. People are so great in this city.
What's that? The budget insurance companies are building these knockoff robots to compete with us. It doesn't have the compassion of a real State Farm agent.
I have compassion.
Chill, we cool.
I am so sorry for your automobile.
I'm getting 10 nuggets for $1.
For $1, that's a really good deal.
I think the king is nuts. I think he lost his marbles.
Yep, the King's lost his marbles with this deal. Enjoy 10 crispy, juicy nuggets for just $1, only at Burger King.
Almost time for me to go.
Well, what if I...
Drove me home?
What if we lost track of time?
What if we took a leap of faith?
What if you...
Missed my flight next week?
The all-new RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, ask your doctor if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
I had the common type.
Mine was rare.
Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I just found out about my hepatitis C.
I knew for years. Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
Cotter, Farnham, and Greenberg in studio. St. John's at Marquette. Final seconds. St. John's down 1. Who are they going to go to here, Coach?
Shamari Pons, he's the Mariano Rivera of St. John's. Wins another one for him down the stretch. I don't want to hear about people falling down for it.
Yeah, but what I want to hear about is why is Knoxville so good to Ravi? That's what I want.
Because he's Ravi. Because he's Ravi.
I mean,
Kansas
I like
State
Knoxville. I like dead end
up 5
barbecue.
on Kansas, meanwhile, in the Big 12 over on ESPN. Ravi?
Last year, Knoxville Farnham playing under the weather. He was here and he gutted it out. And Greenberg with a terrific Mariano Rivera reference on Shamari Pons, the Sandman. Tennessee #1, 20-1, looking to go to 20-2 and stay unbeaten in conference. They've never started conference play 9-0, and a win tonight would get them there. Duke a winner tonight. Duke, Virginia, of course, on Saturday. On ESPN, you'll see the #1 ranked Volunteers take on the Gators as well.
Two teams out of this league that are legitimate national champion contenders, Kentucky and Tennessee.
How about Williams? He met Tillman at the rim. Another block. That's the team's 8th.
And another play now that Tillman has to play through it. You got your shot blocked. Get your head up. Get physical. Stay tough. Talk on defense. Make a play.
Kyle Alexander, free throw line. Boy, they've made a lot of shots from that area tonight.
That is them. They are money. Talking Tennessee, 15 feet and down. You back off of Kyle Alexander from there. He's a high percentage shooter.
Geist works his way in. Good move by Geist as he took Turner deep.
Doesn't he pivot well?
He does.
And he gets you leaning, they'll pivot again. And he's a tough kid, makes tough shots.
Well, two-man game. Bowden Alexander, no good. He goes for his offensive rebound. Instead, it's Missouri trying to cut into another 10-point lead for Missouri, lead for Tennessee, and Bone gets called for the foul. Saturday, Florida, Tennessee, and then Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett, number 2 and number 3. Both games streamed live on the app, so you can watch them anywhere. That's on Saturday. For now, we're in Knoxville. And yes, the people here, so kind, opening doors, Super Tuesday breakfast, making you feel like this is your home.
Wait, I didn't know you played for the Bucks. Wow. Don't worry, I can help with this.
There are those who see the challenges facing the nation and say, send me. They fight for country. They fight for honor. They fight to win. Do you have what it takes? Find out at GoArmy.com/warriors.
Pet care ain't easy. 12 hours, 20 dogs? Where's your belly rubs? After a day of chasing dogs, you shouldn't have to chase down payments.
Send invoices and accept payments to get paid twice as fast.
It's time to get yours.
QuickBooks, backing you.
Come on, Emmett, faster! We need something stronger.
Get in!
You built a pickup truck?
It's not just any pickup truck. It's the all-new 2019 Chevy Silverado.
Inside steel metallic.
That's very specific.
Hop in and enjoy Silverado's completely redesigned interior.
I think we're in a promotional tie-in.
No, what we're in is the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever.
Emmett!
Okay, we're in a Chevy commercial.
I don't do commercials.
You just did.
With a step back three. Got another one.
That's the reason we ball for. Fight for the encore. If you know, you know.
The middleweight championship. That's an amazing fight.
You do not want to miss this.
The most exciting strikers in all of MMA. It's going to be fireworks.
Let's get to work.
Welcome back, everybody. A little Super Tuesday breakfast. We do that every road trip we go on. Next week we'll be in Lexington. Jimmy Dykes buried in a little bacon, and then all of a sudden a big omelet showed up. But when you got the cruise director, Rutledge, taking you around these SEC towns, you know you're going to have a good meal, and the people and the restaurants are going to be great.
Yeah, I was a little worried about Jimmy's first choice, just that little piece of bacon there, but then all of a sudden, Ollie B's was where we went today, and they brought out the omelet. Gotta say, it was excellent. So people weigh in. Where should we go next week in Lexington?
Yep. Producer Scott, he declared it one of the great breakfasts of his life.
Wow, that's a huge statement.
No hyperbole there.
It was really good. How about the drive out of the after timeout by Javon Pickett? He's played a good game now. There's no back down in that kid either for a freshman.
No, he and Geist have been terrific. And you do wonder when these guys get a little bigger, a little stronger. I think Konzo was telling us he really thinks this is a potential conference champion threat next season.
Going forward, yeah. I got a kid sitting out. They couldn't get eligible this year that they're high on, a guard. And Missouri came out and went zone. 2-3 zone, and they got the ball to the elbow. Grant shot it short. We'll see if Konzo goes back to it again. He does not like zone, but you look up and they're right in this ball game with under 10 to go, and just maybe try to change the game up a little bit.
Geist is a senior. He's on the floor. Kick three, way short, and Bowden goes up for the rebound. So an empty trip for Mizzou. Down 8.
Off the miss, they go back to man-to-man. They get matched up.
You're going to get a foul on Pinson, who basically blocked Bowden from getting to the spot he wanted to.
You guys were talking about Missouri's Jordan Geist a little bit and the way that he's played in this game. One of the things that he told me about this year for him is he's really been challenged to be a leader by Konzo Martin as a senior. He's had to step up in a big way because that wasn't natural for him. And he said part of it was leadership on the court. One of the things he had to do was look himself in the mirror and really be honest about what he called his lack of athleticism at times. He said that's made his game better and also made his teammates respect him more. He's really maximizing his opportunities, maximizing what he does well, and setting a great example. But he said it can be exhausting at times, setting an example in the classroom, setting an example off the court and on the court. It's a lot. It's a big load for him to shoulder, he says.
Well, he's doing a heck of a job, and you saw that 25-point effort in that heartbreaking loss to LSU.
He plays the game out of fear in the right way, fearful that he's not good enough. So his preparation, everything about him is about proving that he belongs on a big stage, and he absolutely does.
50-50 balls won there by Tennessee. Fulkerson went up, and then Turner had to go up off of the bone three-point miss.
Another big part of this game, Missouri only 7 turnovers. They've been averaging about 14 a game. Geist with 5 assists, no turnovers so far tonight.
Here's where that ball's not
popping.
Crisply moving.
No. That's money.
Nope with Reed Nico there. He sent Williams to the floor. Geist looked up and saw Schofield, so he pulls it back out. Now he drives.
Well, you seldom see Grant Williams get that thing sent back. Grant Williams, 1.3 points per play as a post-up guy. He's in the top 98% in the country finishing from that part of the floor. He also has a foul rate, Ravi, about a 33% foul rate, but Reed Nico does a great job of keeping his body off of him, going straight up in the restricted arc. Grant doesn't turn that ball over, but about 10% of the time. He's normally money on that left block.
Pretty effective 1 minute work by Reed Nico.
Yeah.
He goes to the bench. Tillman back into the game. This is still a ball game. The #1 team in the country being pushed by Missouri at home. Geist will get a breather too with the 8-minute break, 45 seconds away.
You knew this is Konzo's first trip back to Knoxville since he left here as the head coach. You knew, if nothing else, they were going to fight their rear ends off tonight for 2 hours. And so far they have.
Tillman got good position, another 3, and that one is missed. So back-to-back misses on 3-point attempts by Mitchell Smith.
You can't enter it up top as your trail guy Alexander because they're backing off of him and doubling down on Grant.
That shot also blocked. Tillman there, but the offensive end is Grant Williams. Now you can see they're more effective, obviously, when they're pushing, when that ball's moving, when they're running.
Tennessee?
Yes,
absolutely. Well, Tillman is exposed. There you go. Can he make the play from the free throw line? Repost again. Tillman, repost again. Keep working.
Pinson in traffic. Tillman, no. That ball is missed. A push from behind, and Mitchell Smith will go to the free throw line. Tigers are battling. 7:35 to go in this one. 10-point game. This is the SEC on ESPN. A Super Tuesday in Knoxville.
At Hilton.com, I can choose from all their different hotel brands, like a DoubleTree for my cousins, a Homewood Suites for my uncle, a Hampton for my sister and her kids, and the Waldorf Astoria Beverly Hills for me. Can I get a Thank you. Book at Hilton.com and get the Hilton Price Match Guarantee.
The first of its kind Lexus UX and UX F Sport, with the latest safety system standard, best-in-class turn radius, and best-in-class MPG. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Round 1 was an epic showdown.
Hold up, let me get up in it now. I'm here to win it now. LOGIC, I'm feeling free, I'm finna bring it now.
Setting up a high-stakes rematch. Duke is out for the sweep. Virginia is out for sweet revenge. Wahoo! Number 2 Duke, number 3 Virginia, round 2. A Sonic blockbuster season continues. Duke, Virginia, Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
Personal training just got a lot more personal.
Good morning from Bora Bora.
Introducing the all-new X Series from Nordic Track.
You ready to get started on today's workout? Let's go.
All you have to do is press start.
So glad you could join me this morning. Let's go.
Your trainer controls the speed.
We'll take it up to 60%.
Incline, decline, and duration of your workout. This is what results in your home on your terms looks like. And take advantage of our special 36-month financing for qualified buyers. Only at NordicTrack.com.
Of all the great minds in history, one stands above the rest.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like the Beatles of the 20th century.
Tonight, spend all week with a true genius, Kelly Bundy, book smart,
Mommy, he's spelling at me again.
street smart,
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
the smarterest ever.
I guess what I'm trying to say here is that... Wait, what was the question?
Watch her drop some knowledge
Oh, God, my brain hurts.
on the Kelly Bundy True Genius Week all night long tonight starting at midnight on WGN America Channel 307.
Ravi, here's what I'm talking about. You're on the road. Watch Jeremiah Tillman. That's a pretty good post up. Now he gets pushed off the post. But right now, go back to work. Make number 2 and why Grant Williams have to defend you. He just kind of lays on the guy as opposed to demanding the basketball. And that's just a lazy post up. And Missouri just has to drive the rim. I like Tillman getting on the glass, but that's the next step for this kid, to post, repost, keep fighting, demanding the ball. He's such a big target. He doesn't know how big he is at times. And sometimes post players, they think, well, I got one good post up in the possession. That's great.
I did my job.
Get another one. Get another one. Get another one. Keep the pressure on Grant Williams to defend you down there.
All part of the process, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's played a good game, though. He's shooting 40%, 4 out of 10, but he's only fouled twice. He's gotten on the boards. Missouri's going to hang in this game. On the road, where do you go with the ball? You pound that thing inside, and Tillman is the guy that needs to get some touches now with 7:35 to go.
Well, the growth that he has demonstrated is staying on the floor.
Yes.
He used to be in foul trouble every game. He began foul trouble when he started playing basketball, and he's starting to grow out of it. His last 6 games, he's averaged 25 minutes a game, and they need him on the floor, especially in a game in which Mark Smith isn't playing.
And I talk about the importance of having good breaks in basketball, and his stopping ability needs to get a little bit better. He'll pick up a couple of fouls a game because he just can't stop his body quick enough on that defensive end. It'll come for him.
Yeah, Tennessee, 2 of their last 8. Schofield, had that picked, but Pickett's going to get called with a foul.
You see Grant Williams out there in the court with that right index finger taped up. They were just doing that out of that last huddle, but that was the least of his worries. He was fired up in the huddle, telling his guys, we've got to be better. His main message was, we've got to drive the ball. It's interesting with this veteran Tennessee team where, yes, Rick Barnes is coaching. Yes, the assistants are saying things, but a lot of the coaching in their huddles comes from both Grant Williams and Admiral Schofield.
All right, Tennessee now will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Pickett picked up his 4th foul. There's Alexander on the offensive glass.
Ravi, to Laura's point, I've been around a lot of teams over the last 25, 30 years in college ball. This team, they coach each other as well as any team I've been around.
Yeah.
They listen to each other, they challenge each other. And you'll see Bowden go at Grant Williams, and Grant Williams at times will go to Kyle Alexander, but when you get your team rising up to that level of accountability, special things can happen. Because what's happening now, your players are fixing the problem before the coach has to fix the problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure it does. Bone slip. Geist had a chance to shoot it. He didn't. Let's see if Tillman can work here. He doubles, and Geist will launch a 3 and find the bottom of the net.
All started with a post-up touch by Tillman.
Bowden drove it hard, and now Tillman had his right leg rolled into. Looks like he's okay, and he's trying to help out Jordan Bowden, but Tillman grabbed that right leg of his immediately.
Tennessee doesn't have a lot of ball screen action in their half-court offense, which is unique in the college game, but they ball screen, throw back, and drive, and at the end of this play, awkward fall for both of them. Ooh, that scares you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know it scared him.
in order of progression for Tennessee offensively. They are a throw the ball inside team, a curl into jump shots team, and a drive the ball hard team. Those are 3 things they excel at the college level.
Lead is 10, 6:22 to go. Geist runs off screens. Just made a 3. Now spins, walked. He took a bunch of steps in that lane. He gets called for traveling. That's their 8th turnover.
Good job by Bone to speed him up and to caboose Geist. And he ran in the same path that Geist was running, so he didn't get his shoulders clipped coming off of that pin down.
Danger time here for Missouri with 10-point deficit. Tough shot for Bone. Good defense. Got to keep it within 10.
Yeah, he never got his feet set underneath him. Took the shot off balance.
High arcing 3, no good, and the rebound to Alexander. Looks like Tillman is limping a little bit on that right leg of his.
Sure is. Normally a period of the game where Rick Barnes wants this thing getting into the paint.
Yeah, Tillman's grabbing that right knee. Bone free throw line, buries it.
Ravi, how many of those do they make a game? Talking about those elbow jump shots. It's double figures every game. They set hard, physical headhunter screens, and they wrap those screens so tight and so fast. Just a time after time after time. Those are money shots for Tennessee. Here's what I'm talking about. It's just a simple pin down on the left side of the floor. The pin down was by Schofield, and Bone curls off of it. They really tight wrap their screens really well. They leave no separation whatsoever for the defender to blow it up.
We're taking a look at Jeremiah Tillman. We showed you when Bowden rolled into that knee. He grabbed it right away. Seemed to be okay, but now it appears as if it's flaring up on him. 12-point advantage. Got a little mismatch inside as Mitchell Smith had Turner on him. That 3 no good. Geist is going to pick it up. Another 3 too far, and that one's off the hand of Javon Pickett. They've had their chances, but can't convert. Now Geist is limping a little. Here's that Tillman injury.
Just kind of popped back a little bit, you know, and he tried to shake it off. A team that's just been ravaged by injuries. The loss of Jonte Porter before the season ever began. One of the premier 4-position players in college ball, and right now without Mark Smith, the best 3-point shooter in the SEC, and to be in this ball game like they are speaks to the fight level that Conzo Martin has instilled in his guys.
Little zone, a 1-3-1 almost. Turner, high arcing 3, and he gets it. That's a big shot. Put him up 67-52.
You asked me earlier, what's the secret to beat Tennessee? I can tell you this, it's not playing zone defense against them. They shoot the ball too well and they move it too well.
Tillman's heading to the locker room. Geist is on the bench as well. And they've gone cold here late. Empty trips for Missouri.
Schofield with that moving ball screen in transition that Bone is so good at working off of.
Schofield, no, he chases his own ball down, but doesn't bounce to him. You got one more push in him, Jim?
I don't think they have enough offense, Ravi, especially without Tillman in the game.
Nico met at the rim by both Schofield and Kyle Alexander. Tigers wounded, but still fighting with 3:29 to go.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Boost Mobile. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Incomparable design makes it beautiful. state-of-the-art technology makes it brilliant. The Lexus NX. Experience the crossover in its most visionary form. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, ask your doctor if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
I had the common type.
Mine was rare.
Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I just found out about my hepatitis C.
I knew for years.
Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
If they're talking about you, you must be doing something right. The Lexus RX, the leading luxury SUV of all time. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Chris Cotter in studio. Sunflower State Showdown, K-State, Kansas. Mike McGurl driving it through the lane, getting the bucket to go. 4-point lead right now for K-State over on ESPN. Meanwhile, Jalen McDaniels in San Diego State, New Mexico, getting set to tip it up right here in 15 minutes, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate that. Our score 67-52. Carl Ravitch, Jimmy Dykes, and Laura Rutledge. Saturday, you'll see the number 1, 2, and 3 teams on ESPN.
Duke is out for the sweep. Virginia is out for sweet revenge.
Hold up, let me get up in it now. I'm here to win it.
Setting up a high-stakes rematch. Number 2, Duke. Number 3, Virginia. Round 2. Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
That game at Virginia. Talk about dynamic duos in college basketball. And obviously Zion Williamson and Barrett, and here Williams and Schofield. And you see what the duos have done tonight. Williamson and Barrett against Boston College. Williams and Schofield here in this game.
Probably the 2 best combos we have in college ball. What I like about Tennessee is they're not as reliant on 2 guys as much as Duke is. And you look at this Tennessee ball club, they have 6 different guys that can go for 20 points on any given night. A couple of them come off the bench, and Bowden and Turner, right?
Yeah, they do. Duke has Reddish and Trey Jones we didn't get into, and actually Marquise Bolden all of a sudden looks like a much improved player.
Yeah, but if those 2 guys for Duke don't get it done, they're done, right?
Yes.
And Tennessee has shown they can win without Grant and without Schofield. Other guys stepping up. But certainly you're looking at Tennessee, Duke, Kentucky, Virginia. Can Virginia keep those 2 dudes out of the lane this weekend is the biggest story in that game. Talking about Zion and RJ. They didn't do it the first time.
Reed Nico had that ball deflected off of his arm. Good defense by Admiral Schofield.
Guys, Missouri's Jeremiah Tillman still on the bench, dealing with that right knee injury. He was pointing to the top of the knee when being inspected by the athletic trainer. And as of right now, not cleared to return in this game.
You do feel for Conzo Martin and the injuries they've had. Mentioned Mark Smith isn't playing. You mentioned Jonte Porter. It's interesting, too. Conzo kind of suggested that he didn't expect Porter to even come back next year. You know, Darius Garland got hurt for Vanderbilt and left to work on his NBA career as Schofield throws that down. Don't get the impression that Porter is going to return to Missouri next year.
No, we did not. And Missouri has not been outfought tonight. Now they're going to be outscored, but in terms of just the blow-for-blow fight factor, they've hung right in this ball game, and Conzo will be very pleased with that. It's a Tennessee ball club in the second half. 7 assists now and only 1 turnover. They have really moved that ball well with a terrific, clean second half.
If they hold on and win, it'll be their 17th consecutive win, which will be a new program high. And it'll be the first time they've ever started 9-0 in the conference. And another 3. This one from Jordan Bone. Lead 15, under 2 to go.
Grant Williams just punishes people on that low block with his upper body strength. And Average 3 or 4 assists now, ball game.
And that should just about do it off of that miss.
I would say Tennessee is avoiding the noise we talked about 2 hours ago. They've played well, and it's a mature team that's going to handle that #1 ranking really well with 2 more home games to go before they go on the road again.
Bone. Pinson knocks down another 3, and we get ourselves a timeout. All right, so a timeout here. Let's go over. We've talked about our day. Let's go over some other people's day, like Rick Barnes as he rolled into the parking lot. Was that his car radio? What is that? What was that?
I'm watching it like you. I'm watching like you are for the first time. Rocking Little Heartbeat playing in his car.
Rocking Little Heartbeat is playing in his car?
I don't. Hey, it's out of my hands now.
It's left you.
It's left me.
It's caught fire.
It's in your hands.
It's spreading like wildfire.
Yeah, I'm no threat to be a #1 ranking on the record chart right now.
With a bullet, you're climbing the charts.
Number 432 with a bullet.
With a bullet.
Coach Barnes pulling in today, playing that song. Oh, wow.
And straight face, get out of the car like, sure.
Yes.
Who doesn't listen to that on their way to work?
Oh, that is beautiful.
Learned last week that Jimmy Dykes was an aspiring country music star years ago.
like 27 years ago.
And from the vault, we found Rock and Roll Heartbeat.
Deep in the vault.
Reverse no good. Still a 12-point game with 38 to go.
We talked about Tennessee avoiding the noise. It's not easy. I'm telling you, these kids, they see social media. They know what's going on campus, what's said about them, what you and I say about them. But this is a mature Tennessee team. And February the 5th, are the #1 team in the country. Not only are they ranked #1, they are the best team, in my opinion. Virginia right there behind them.
Look forward to Virginia and Duke. Kentucky a winner tonight, #5 in the country. 2 SEC teams in the top 5, and Tennessee will stay #1 with a 12-point win at home, 72-60. Our final score. Just a couple of minutes, San Diego State and New Mexico, but Laura Rutledge is on the floor. She's going to try to get some post-game reaction from some of the Tennessee players, including Grant Williams and Admiral Schofield. Jordan Bone ends up in double figures again. Pretty balanced scoring. He ends up with 11. Schofield 13. Bowden 12. Williams 13. And for the first time, they start a conference 9-0, and they win their 17th in a row.
Tonight's final score, Tennessee 72.
Laura?
All right, thanks, Robbie. We've got Grant Williams here, Admiral Schofield joining us in a second. Grant, one of the things that Coach Barnes was preaching throughout this game was ball movement. He wanted you guys to get a little more going offensively. What did you see out there on the court in this win?
We were stagnant. A lot of times we were just holding the ball, waiting for someone to make a play, and we didn't really get the movement that we needed to really put pressure on their defense. They have a pack line defense, so they hope that you can hold the ball and take easy open threes. And we make those shots often. They weren't falling tonight, but credit to the guys. We got it done.
There were many times throughout this game that you and Admiral were really fired up in the huddle, almost acting as coaches in that huddle with your messages to your teammates and to your coaches. Why are you guys able to do that for this team?
We've been with each other so long. We're a veteran team. We're able to communicate with each other at a high level. It might look like we're yelling, or it might look like we're raising our voices, but really we're just communicating and being efficient and telling each other what we need to do. And it's nothing personal. Our team doesn't take anything personal. We just trust each other and we get the job done.
Okay, don't leave. Admiral, we'll bring you in right here. This team has a target on your backs. You're the #1 team in the country. You're going to get every opponent's best. How do you weather those storms in game?
Well, we know that, and we just got to come out and execute and do what we do, and that's get the ball inside and really play inside our basketball. But, tonight we got the looks that we wanted. The shots just weren't really falling, but, our accountability within each other leadership within each other, and just paid off tonight.
Okay, earlier, I don't know if you knew this, but we shot a video of Admiral playing guitar and singing Adele, and it went viral on Twitter. Did you know that your boy was so talented musically? Because you're talented on the piano as well.
No doubt. Admiral's talented playing the guitar. Kyle can sing. We have a lot of guys on the team that can do a lot of things, really versatile. So credit to him, how he was raised, and we're blessed to be in the situation that we're in.
When do we get the Tennessee basketball band going?
We coming out soon. Right now, we're trying to get the band back together. A lot of guys been focusing on school, so, you know, we'll get the band back together later.
Okay, real quickly, early ideas on a band name.
I don't know. PB&J and the Volunteers.
PB&J and the Volunteers. I like it. I'm good with that.
It's okay. That's great. That's great. We got it done.
PB&J and the Volunteers. We'll look for the album release soon.
Thanks, Laura. Any names that you got for that?
No.
You like that?
The Big Orange Band.
The Big Orange Band. Music was playing, and they get another victory. 72-60 our final, thanks to both Grant and Admiral. San Diego.